have a product you can believe in. That's the number one thing. The reason why I never gave up and like just saw the vision is because it made so much sense to me. Like I believed in it 100%. 100%. There was never a doubt in my mind. Like I had the vision. No matter what anybody said to me, there's nothing that was going to convince me that this couldn't be a national product. That's why it is. Because I believed in the product, the branding, everything just made sense. Now, when I first started in 2015, I wasn't aware of the Dan Good and Dan-O-Mite and all that. I just knew it had a good name and the flavor was unbelievable.
Okay. So if it's that simple.
Have a good product.
Okay.
Have a great product. Believe in it. You got to believe in it.
Right. So those are the two things. You have to. But doesn't everybody believe their products probably?
Do they believe it through and through?
Okay. What's that mean?
You may have a good idea, but do you really believe that it's like the best product? Like if you came out with a brand of coffee, there's a lot of people making coffee. Are you roasting it yourself? Or are you just using a co-packer and putting everything into? Is it what do you have to do with it that makes it special, or is it just you had a bunch of money and you created a business? To me, the more that you have authenticity with it. Like, that's my recipe. Yeah, do I use a co-packer? Absolutely, because I have to. It has to be manufactured. But the way that I made the product is that it comes out like it's hand ground. I spent the extra time. I did the due diligence to use the correct ingredients to make it look like it was hand ground in a mortar and pestle, just like how I used to make it. It's exactly like that. So, like, I went through the extra time to give it that love that it needed to where it was something that I actually believe in. Not just a money grab. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, a lot of successful influencers and whatnot that are coming out with products. It's just a money grab. They know they have people that follow them. They can put a product out there. They can probably be pretty successful with it. But do they really, really believe in it? That's the thing. And that's where I think that I'm different. I totally 100% believe in what I'm doing.
Okay, so you tell the Dano from 2015 that, or that young, I say young, I mean, we're getting older here, man. Like, say that 20-something-year-old kid, and that you tell him that, but then what else?
Learn how to be resourceful. That's another one of the biggest things I'll tell people. You know, the starting the business, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult. Anybody can start the business. Learn how to do it. Learn how to be resourceful. You know, I graduated 244 out of 246 at Trinity. And then I forced myself to go to college, and then I applied myself, and I made the dean's list. You can do whatever you want to do. It depends on what you want to do. When you want to do, it's funny how when you want to do something, usually things get done. If you don't want to do something, it might not get done. But when you want to do something and you're driven, you usually figure it out. But learn how to be resourceful. I had to figure out everything myself because I had the vision. I knew I had the product, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. So, like, it was like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life, was this aha moment. And here it was. And now it was my time to be QB, you
know? Shouldn't this had a golf club or a golf bag over the shoulder?
We actually made one that he is holding a golf club, and I got it on little patches, and I'm going to put it on some hats. I haven't done it yet. But
maybe that's Dano's Peanuts.
Right. Hey.
Maybe that's that one.
You never know.
So we're 2023. If you guys have grown 10,000% in the last 3 years, that's significant. How do you keep reproducing this?
I think that was the 4-year number.
Sorry. Apologize.
But that's how it was published.
Okay.
And I was like, I think they got this wrong. He's like, well, that's what I gave them. And I'm like, well.
I would have said the same. I would have said the same thing if it would have been like, hey, you guys have grown 3,000% in 3 years. Right. There's just a category of growth that it's like, okay, there's something happening in the market system that it's working.
Mm-hmm.
It's working.
Yeah.
How do you do it again? How do you 10X it? How do you 7X it? Like, do you see it?
Man, you know, I was talking to my partner the other day, and I said, the next business that I start, I'm going to go at it with a total different approach because I want to win those awards. I always want to win, right? And it's like, now that I know these awards, I didn't even know these awards were out there. And I didn't know that they looked at them in like a 3-year spurt. So it's like, 2019, I finished with like $200,000. So you can do the math and figure out what we're going to do now. But when I start my next business, I'm going to start from zero. And then how quick can you get to $5 million or $20 million? But it's got to be a product that I believe in 100%. It's not just going to be like, oh, I'm just going to throw my name on something because.
Do you have one? You're not going to share it here, but do you have it?
Man, I've got so many ideas. I really do. We're a seasoning product, right? Everybody eats. Well, if you love my product, my seasoning, well, wouldn't you love my peanuts? Wouldn't you love my potato chips? Wouldn't you love my beef jerky?
Maybe the best grill. I'm sure all these things are coming your way.
The best grill.
Right.
I've got a lot of ideas about that, actually.
Yep.
Because a lot of them are Chinese made now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey.
I just bought 2. We have a big fall fest for our company that we put on at a private farm. Little baby goats and slides and pumpkin and paint this and that. And I bought a big griddle, a 4 or 8 burner with another 4 or 8 burner, something else. Went on Amazon. And I'm looking at ratings, reviews, but then I'm like, man, this stuff's probably not going to last a long time. And so there's some big brands like Weber and all that. And I'm like, you think Weber, you think quality. I don't know if it really is, though. I just don't know.
I'm a fan of Weber.
Okay, so maybe the quality's there.
Yeah.
There's probably a bunch of things. You got to pick which one. This thing is such a hit.
Yeah.
You got to make the next thing a hit.
Right. It's got to. And we're talking with some companies about doing like prepackaged meats, like pre-patty burgers, like frozen burger patties. They already got the Danos in it. You just throw it on the grill, let it heat up, and it's a dang good burger. So we're looking at some things like that.
Some of the best burgers I've ever had are ones that I go into a local butcher, and they have their special combination of whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the hand ground. Like if you go to these big grocery stores, a lot of times that ground meat, it's just all the not so desirable meats. But like Kentucky Cattleman's meat that's sold here in Kentucky at Kroger's, they're like one little pound packs, and they're like $7 or $8. You know what they do that makes it special? It's the whole cow. It's got the brisket, the ribeye, the filet in there. They don't section it out. They don't do any of that. They take the whole cow and grind it all up, so you have all the good meat in there. That's why it's twice the price, because you're getting this burger. I mean, all you got to do is go try it once, and you're like, holy cow, like that is the best burger I've ever had. It's because how they do it, the quality.
See, you're an expert marketer, because we were talking about the best beef, and you said holy cow.
Yeah. I noticed that.
You just squeezed it in there?
Yeah, I just squeezed that one in there.
What do you think? How do you look at business planning? Do you look at 3 years, 5 years, 7 years strategically? How do you build that?
Yeah, on our leadership team, of course, we have our 5-year plan, but really it's focusing on now it's new products. Right, so what we're trying to establish is like a block of like 10 at Walmart and Kroger. Well, that's going to take years to do. So we're hoping by 2025, because the resets aren't till like March and April. So we just got Walmart to take our 3 new products that nobody even knows about. So they're going to take all 5 of these plus our new 3. So next year, 2024, we're going to have a block of 8 at Walmart. So when you go in there, we are now competing with the block of Weber, the block of Kinder's. Like we now have our block of 8
in every Walmart.
In every Walmart, yeah. Like it was kind of Tyler, our salesman, just went to Bentonville 2 weeks ago, and that's what he was working on. Is like, hey, we love promoting you guys, but let's be the one-stop shop for Danos to carry all of our products. So they said, let's do it. So we've also already proven to them, all these. Walmart and Kroger's and these stores, like they took a chance by putting us in there because they didn't know if we were going to be able to have supply chain issues and all this stuff, because we're the new guy on the block, and here I am. You look at Danos on social media, you see me, right? It's like, oh, is this the guy that's going to really like do all this?
Well, so mixing it in the back room.
Yeah, right. And so there's a lot that goes into like going into a company like that. They want to see your bank statements to know that if they put in $1 million order, you can fill it. There's a lot to it. It's not just, people are like, why isn't this product in there? It's like, well, it ain't that easy. It's like a 8-month process just to get a product onto the shelf.
Is there, do you have to deal with banks now and deal with money and lending and borrowing?
Absolutely.
How not fun is that?
Man, we had to bend over backwards to get like our first bank loan, and then we got another one. And it's just funny that you can do $20 million, but if you're not making a profit, guess what? They don't want to give you money
at all.
Right.
It's like, how do I grow?
I know what EBITDA is now.
There you go.
Right. Yep. So you got to know what EBITDA is. So
expenses before interest, taxes, all the stuff. It's like, why do I have to know these things?
Yeah.
I just thought it tasted good.
Right.
But it's tough. It's a new world now. Business looks different for you now.
Yeah, absolutely. We got an awesome CFO. So when he joined the team almost 2 years ago, it was he came in and it took months for him to just like get us in line, and now we're actually making a profit. You know what I mean? Back then, the year we did 2020, 2022, we did $20 million. We made zero profit. Zero. I mean, it was literally, I think it was like
$2,
$8,000 or something.
That's the same 8,000 you started it with.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That's funny. I didn't think about it like that. But it's just crazy to think. I mean, people think that big business, like you're just a millionaire, and it's like, no, we actually didn't make any money last year. But now, working on EBITDA, and so now once you get a positive EBITDA, especially 5 or 10%, then these banks, they're bending over backwards to give you money. When you need it, they don't want to give it to you. And then maybe when you don't need it, they're like, hey, you need some money.
Let's back up the dump truck.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.